Hey guys, Jim and Michelle with Foxes on the Go, and we just got back from
Halloween Horror Nights.
Halloween Horror Nights in Universal Studios 2018. Love Halloween Horror Nights.
Love it.
We have been coming many years. Love it every year. This year was hotter than normal, or at least it's maybe I'm getting older. Maybe
hot.
it was definitely
I think it was the hottest night of the year.
It was really hot last night, but it was a ton of fun. One of the things that we wanted to do is share with you some of the things that we did throughout the night that we wish we would have done a little bit differently. So we've broken it down to a handful of points. At the end, any of you guys that are YouTube creators that are looking to film the night, we've got a bonus number for you at the end. But for everybody else, we're going to get kicked off with number one, and that is tickets and parking. So let's do parking. Parking's the easiest. It is a pain in the butt to park. It always is at Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
Factor that in. Get there a little bit earlier. I think it was $22 for general parking. Not sure about valet. 2 years ago, we could not valet park. I would have valeted this year, honestly. That's just the way I am.
There are valet options, but then they change because of the Universal.
It's confusing. But it's $22. Get in there. Get there early. But tickets are a whole different story. There are more options for tickets than I have ever seen. You know, you have a single day pass, you have a multi-day pass, you have the fear the rush, feel the rush, do the something, fear, all express passes. It goes on and on and on. And as you'll see throughout the night, we will talk about why we endorse the express pass so much, with the caveat being if you are local to the Orlando area and you just want to go for a couple hours and leave and you can take your time through the houses, then maybe the multi-day is great. But if you're going over there for one day, I think express pass, you just have to just make it worth the money, because if not, you'll see the times later pretty crazy. But you know, Michelle, you made a great point. We bought all of our stuff online because it's 2018. That's why we bought them online. And we had our ticket passes, they were on our phone, and we scanned through.
So we're going through, and then we realized that I didn't have my phone with me. And Jim realized his battery was running low.
We were at what? We were at 41%, and then we were at 38%.
So we'll go to customer service.
Guest services.
Guest services. And see if they'll print up a hard copy. And the line was so long. So print up a copy before.
Definitely have a hard copy. And I should have known better than this. I travel enough that this should happen. Have a hard copy of the pass to get in, but also have hard copy of your express pass. That'll save you from standing in that guest services line. So that's tip number one.
So tip number two is to plan ahead. And what I did is I got online and looked at all the haunted houses and the scare events that they were going to have. Look at what you want to do.
Right, because the one thing you don't want to, at least in our opinion, you're going there for Halloween Horror Nights. You're not going there to ride the rides. And my God, did the rides look awesome.
They did.
But the reality is you have such a... there's not enough time, and you have to prioritize.
Houses.
And we didn't get through those. I mean, and we'll talk about why we didn't, the mistakes that we made, but you definitely want to plan ahead. I mean, there's just no answer for buts. And if you want to ride rides, get those rides, figure out when you want to do them, but plan ahead. Have a game plan going into it. I'm embarrassed to say we did not have a game plan. We just knew that we weren't going to ride rides, so it was straight to the haunted houses. You have another great tip.
Oh yeah, well, when you're there, I mean, before I went to the event, I looked at all the things and all the special events that they had, and all the special treats they had, and they had special drinks. But with those special drinks come souvenir cups, and I noticed a guy was super smart. He had a small backpack with netting on it, and that's where he kept a souvenir cup. And then I saw some other people walking around all night long with this empty souvenir cup, and you get sick of it and you eventually toss it. It's glass and it's nice.
Yeah, so definitely have a small backpack. You don't have to have anything huge, but it's just a small backpack to put those different things into that you're going to buy along the way. Tip number 3 is to eat before you go. Michelle and I did not eat. We ended up picking the kids up from school by the time we got the dogs to the boarding place and we got the kids to the grandparents. It was time for us to be there. So we ate inside of the park, and it probably cost us 45 minutes. We could have easily went through with the express pass at least one, if not two, houses during that time. We just ate hamburger and you know, not anything great.
If we thought ahead of time, we could have actually had a decent meal and one or more refills.
Yeah, and one of the
don't give you refills.
one of the things you could do is get there early, and you've got City Walk right outside the gate, and there are plenty of options to eat there. And like Michelle said, you can also get refills, which are really nice because It was so hot we were drinking like fish. I mean, it was insanely hot, but definitely make sure that you eat before you go there, because the time that you spend eating a hot dog, and there was Finnegan's and a few of the other nicer restaurants, but
Yeah.
the point is it's such a short period of time. You want to make sure that you're
If you want
there.
to go to all 10 of the haunted houses, we only got to 5 because, I think we wasted time.
Yeah,
doing
we wasted.
things.
We had a
We'll
few
get
things
better at this.
that we made mistakes with, but ultimately, food shouldn't be one of your things if you want to try and knock out a lot of the haunted houses.
So tip number 4, guys, was be there when it opens.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to show up an hour late to Halloween Horror Nights,
Yeah.
only because it's super packed. You
Yeah.
have a ton of stuff to squeeze
The
into a
lines,
short
the
period.
lines are shorter when you're there earlier.
You know, I have notes, and so we're kind of serious about this today. And I just want to share with you just a few of the houses that we went through, and what the regular time was, the waiting time, and then what the express line was. And I actually took notes throughout. I didn't carry this with me, guys, but I put it on my phone. That's probably why the battery was going dead.
probably.
But just a few of them. Scary Tales, great haunted house, by the way. Michelle really liked it.
That was my favorite.
It had an 80-minute wait to get through Scary
That was
Tales. That's
non-express.
non-express. 80 minutes. It took us 10 minutes to get through the line and into the haunted house with the express pass. The next was Poltergeist. Poltergeist was 60 minutes. We got through it in 10 minutes as well. The next
and
one,
that was the beginning of the night. I
Right.
think the express line would have gotten longer at the end of the night.
probably it would get a little bit longer, but even when we moved over to the other side of the park, we made a
Yeah.
mistake and went that way. Instead of going to Stranger Things and some of the
Something
more popular
closer.
stuff that were closer, that's what I'm saying, plan ahead. We didn't get to Stranger Things, which is one of the things I wanted to get to.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that at the end of the night when we finish up the video here. But we then got caught up in 2 different houses. We got caught up in Seeds of Destruction, which had a 90-minute wait for it
Yeah.
for the non-express pass, but it took us 30 minutes to get there because they dumped the express line into the main line way before any of the other houses that we had seen
Yeah.
so far. So it was a long wait. It was an okay
Yeah, it was nice.
house, but it wasn't worth the time that we
Oh,
spent
but the
there.
exit.
The exit was the big thing. It took us probably 15 minutes to
To
exit
yeah.
out. There was a line getting out of the place, and the reason was 2 houses were being dumped into the same line on the way out. And I might have some video of that I'll roll in here. The other one was Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat had a 60-minute wait. There was no wait for the express lines. We just walked right in.
Right.
Everything was great,
But the
but it's
exit-
still, because it dumped into the Seeds of Destruction exit. It's so listen, if you want to do Trick or Treat and you want to do Seeds of Destruction, our advice is wait till the end of the night and let that be your last ones, because those are the ones
Don't tie
that
up the beginning.
it really screwed up the momentum of our night. Between that and food, I mean, those were the 2 that stopped us. I mean, it was really, we ate, then we went and did Seeds of Destruction, and then we got caught up in Trick or Treat. The exit was seriously anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes to get out of, back into the main park again. And the last one that we went to was Slaughter Cinema, which was really, really fun. The best part is the movies on the outside as you're going through it.
Yeah.
There's a big screen, and it's some
So,
pretty funny
yeah.
stuff. Shit's Kids was the funniest one. That was awesome. But Slaughter Cinema had a 75-minute wait, guys. We were through and into the house in 10 minutes. So why that's so important is to realize that, yes, we know how expensive the express ticket is. We have done, we've done
But
how
if
many...
you want to get your money's worth out of your ticket,
Right. And that's what I was going to say. We have done with friends, we went out and we've not done express passes, and we've regretted it every single time, because you can only get 1 or 2 or 3 houses in, and then you're smoked for the night. So definitely get there early. Spend the money, get the express ticket. I'm telling you, unless you have more of a daily pass or a frequent flyer, whatever they're called, frequent fear pass, you can come back. If you're there for one night, just get the express pass, because it's going to speed up the process tremendously for you. But just make sure you get there early. That's where it really all starts.
Yeah. So number 5 was Scare Zones.
Man,
And
they were
had
awesome.
They had some really good ones.
I was kind of let down when we first came through. Now, mind you, when you get there early, it's daytime, so,
Yeah. So it's not as spooky.
it's not as good, right? And so I was kind of bummed out. The original one was like some, I don't know, what was that, like corn, or I don't know
I think
what.
the first one was a corn maze.
Yeah, whatever that
Yeah.
thing was, it wasn't that great in my opinion. It wasn't my favorite of the night. But what was cool is once you got over to the backside near the lake and with all the pumpkins, rocked. That thing was awesome.
Yeah.
The Chucky
My
one.
favorite was the clowns.
Yeah, so Michelle liked
Crazy clowns.
what was it?
Some people are really freaked out by clowns. I can imagine.
I like the Chucky one. Chucky one was really cool, and as you see in the video, they had some really great people walking. Love the dude in the diaper. That was awesome, and it was just a really, really cool event. So the scare zones, although you can walk right through them, do yourself a favor. Just stop for a second and look around and watch, because people will scream their heads off.
Fun, yeah.
But you know what? The Chucky's in a box there, and you can actually sit there and watch Chucky make fun of people, and it's really great. Unless you're probably the one getting made fun of, then it might not be as great. But the scare zones were definitely a lot of fun, and take your time going through them, and just kind of step off to the side and watch people, because you will get a good laugh or two at it, without a doubt. So number 6 is the specialty drinks, the specialty desserts, and the kiosks, and basically places to get either drinks, yes, drinks. You know, and that's the one thing I will say. There was a line for pretty much everything. If you wanted a specialty drink, I actually went and left Michelle. She was actually at the specialty drink line, and I went down into Chucky to get some Be Real and just kind of check it out. And I felt like I was gone for 20 minutes.
You're gone for a long time.
And I came back, and she was still in line. And finally she said, you know, I just want water. Let's go. So we walked on further down. And here's a little tip for you guys. You know, there's those little places, the little kiosks that are selling merchandise. Right. Well, a lot of them, if you look next to them, they have a big giant cooler, a big tub. And so you can get water there. Now, water was hard to find.
Yeah, eventually,
Yeah, it really was. By the end of the night, everyone's sucking down the water.
Yeah.
But there's soda, there's all that stuff. So definitely go in the desserts. So Michelle read a lot about the desserts, and we were looking forward to them, right? So we ended up, well, let's start with, we talked to a guy who got the big giant cupcake with the icing that's like this tall. It was insane. He was like, oh, it's just a cupcake with a lot of icing on it. So that was that. Michelle was talking to a lady who had
it's the double fudge dipped waffle.
And she said it was really good. She thought it was great.
Yeah, she liked it.
We ended up
getting... She said it was expensive, but, you know.
You know, your theme park, what do you expect?
Share it with a friend.
We ended up getting the Banana Fosters. And for those of you that watch our snack challenge, let me help you out here. Ready? And it was not good. Not good at all. We didn't enjoy it. Matter of fact, it was horrible. I mean, I hate it. Someone's going to give us definitely a thumbs down without a doubt for this. But it was, the one that we had was not good at all. So you know, think long and hard. As for the specialty drinks, we don't know, because we didn't get any.
There were long lines, and we were very thirsty.
But what we hope you take from this section, or this group of tips, is definitely reconsider buying. There's great pastries. Now, don't get me wrong, the pastries look great, but the specialty ones, everyone I talk to, is either it's too expensive or it's not good.
So tip number 7 was the shows. Look ahead and see what they have that you really want to see.
So Michelle knows I didn't want to go to the Academy of Villains show.
We're old school, and we really have a heart set on Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted. We miss Bill and Ted, right? And you know, damn it, millennials, Bill and Ted's cool, man. They can stay up with the times. But no, seriously, the villains, the Academy of Villains, Michelle, I really did everything I could other than just flat out saying no, and we went to it, and afterwards...
I thought it was going to be a large acrobatic show. There's a little bit, but...
It was good dancing.
It was cool, but...
In the roughly 45 minutes that maybe to an hour, probably more like 45 minutes that we put into that show, we could have easily went through with an express pass 2 more houses. So just think long and hard about that. If you go through it and you knock out all the homes, or all the houses, you knock them all out, then maybe go to the show. If you need just to take a rest, go to the show. But honestly, it just wasn't for me. I mean, and that's just keeping it 100% real. I'm sure there's somebody out there. I'm not taking away from the dancers. The dancers were awesome.
They were amazing.
All right, guys, bonus tip time for those of you that are social media junkies, you're YouTube creators, you like putting stuff on Facebook. I want you to know that Universal's not playing around this year. No. They're watching you, and they are definitely trying to catch you recording. They don't care about the stuff on the street, because that's impossible for them to stop, I think. But the walkthroughs, and I've seen some already on YouTube, they aren't playing. If they catch you doing that, they're
Well,
going
Jim
to.
was simply holding his
Yeah, I was
camera,
holding my camera, and they wanted to look at
the
it.
lady
So.
was right behind you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I told her no, it wasn't recording, and she was very nice. I mean, they were great people, and so, but just know that if you're going to record, because as you did see, I did get some video from inside of a haunted house, they are going to try and catch you, and they're going to want you to delete your footage. So definitely know that. Also, the show, the Academy of Villains show, I think I got a minute of it, if that, which was already rolled into the video here. But even that, they were going up and telling people to stop recording the show there. So just know the Universal's stepping up their game, and they're watching you. So be a little bit, more discreet in your viewing. If you're going through it with an 80D and your mic and your gimbal, they're probably not going to be cool with that. All right, guys, so those are 8 tips that we hope help you out. I'm telling you, I still like Halloween Horror Nights. I'm getting older, so my tolerance for lines and heat and all that stuff, I
wish we could have taken the kids. They're too young.
It will. I will.
I promise you, they would have never let us read another fairy tale.
Yeah, Scary Tales would have been enough for them. They never would have done anything again, much less read. They wouldn't have read a book after that. But we want you guys to just realize that this is just our opinion, nothing more. We have a lot of experience at Halloween Horror Nights. We spend a lot of time at theme parks, and we're just like you guys. A lot of times you'll see YouTube folks, and they're doing merch review, and they're doing none of that crap matters to us. What we want to do is tell you things that can save you time, save you money, and just give you a little insight. We make a lot of mistakes. We want to share those mistakes with you and hopefully help you prevent them. Exactly. Yeah. So with all that being said, our page is going to be filled with all kinds of stuff. We do travel videos, we do theme park videos, anything that you can do as a family, and a few things that you do without a family. That's what we talk about on our channel. So we hope that you enjoy what we do. We ask, if you do like it, to subscribe to our channel, because there's always going to be something new, at least weekly. If not, I'm trying to get in a better habit of doing it more frequently, but at least weekly we're going to get something out there. And the only thing we ask in return is that you like our page, make sure to subscribe to our channel, comment if you hear something that you like or disagree with something we say. And other than that, we want to thank you guys for watching, and I guess we'll see you next time on Foxes on the Go. Bye, guys.
That's our job, but we're not mean.